Yeah. Good morning in that though. But it is Uncle Lou here though. Yeah, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou, live on LouTube for you. How's everyone doing? Happy Monday. Everybody had a good weekend. I did. I would have had a better weekend if the fighting Joe Burrows could have figured out a way to pull that thing out yesterday. It was a great game though. Did y'all watch it? The Bengals and the Chiefs. Hell of a game. That penalty at the end. I'd hate to be that guy for the Bengals. Hate to be that guy. I saw a video. I don't remember if it was on Twitter or TikTok last night after the game of the Bengals walking through the tunnel into their locker room, and the guy that committed that penalty was walking, and there was a guy behind just cussing him up one side and down the other. But what a game though! What a game! I needed the Bengals to win, and they didn't. TK, I need you to steal $400 out of Joe Burrow's wallet and send it to me. I had bet I had bet the Eagles to cover, which they more than covered. That was a blowout. As soon as that quarterback, look, Brock Purdy's not any good to start with. That was their third string quarterback. San Francisco, Brock Purdy was their third string quarterback. He gets hurt. I mean, he came in, but he couldn't even throw the ball. They didn't even try. Um, that game was just brutal to watch. The Eagles were just rolled. But I had bet on the Eagles to cover and Cincinnati on the money line on a two-team parlay. It would have paid $420. And the Bengals choked it away. Another thing for the Bengals. Clock management. Piss poor. Piss poor. Penalty at the end. Giving basically handed the game to the Chiefs on a silver platter. It should have went to overtime. Well, really, the Bengals just should have won. Joe Burrow with that interception at the end. Chiefs get the ball, gonna kick the game field goal after a boneheaded penalty. I mean, Patrick Mahomes was clearly out of bounds. Clearly out of bounds. You can't commit those frustration type penalties, especially at the end of the game when the game is on the line. 15 yards. Look, did you see the game winning kick? That thing was good by 6 inches. I mean, without that penalty, the Chiefs don't win that game. It goes to overtime. Well, maybe they win in overtime, but I mean, he would not have made a field goal from where they were at. It wouldn't, not even close. He barely made it after the penalty. The NFL is rigged. People have a heyday after every game, you know, because no matter what happens during the game and no matter the outcome, they cry the same thing every time. So, oh, yep, see, it's rigged. They're so they're the NFL are rigged people is like the boy that cried wolf. And no, you can't believe anything they say. It didn't matter how the game would have ended. It didn't matter. I mean, the game is rigged by who? The Cincinnati player that committed the penalty that gave the Chiefs the field goal, is he in on it too? He must be in on it too. So yeah, the NFL is rigged. People are some of the dumbest. They're right up there with flat earthers. Just being honest, they're right up with flat earthers. It wasn't a penalty. Mahomes was out of bounds by 2 yards. Of course, it was a penalty. Yeah, scientists don't know what they're talking about. If you want to get any real information about the environment, you got to read YouTube comment sections and memes, internet memes. Scientists don't know what they're talking about when it comes to the environment. Only Jer Z Bear knows. How do Ohio State fans feel whose only professional team is the Bengals, and they see their college team lose a field goal, and their pro team lose because the opponent makes the field goal? Well, you left out one key part in that when you say the only NFL team is the Bengals. No, don't forget they also have the Browns too, which is like the worst franchise in the NFL in that. So they've got the worst franchise in the NFL, Browns, and then they've got the Bengals, a team that's good enough to get a team that's just good enough to break their heart, kind of like Ohio State. Poor Ohio. Yeah, the entire state is drowning in their own tears. Yeah, you can't forget about the Browns. Hey, Visor man, don't worry. It's real easy to forget about the Browns. It's real easy to forget about the Browns. The thing you have to realize about science is that it's almost always funded by someone with a specific agenda. Yeah, good point. Good point. The 99.999% of scientists uh, on planet Earth that all sing the same song about climate change, they're all lying. It's just made up by I don't even know who. I get y'all's conspiracies confused, so I don't know if that's funded by George Soros or Bill Gates. I can't remember. Bible says Earth is round, same as scientists' observation of the planets. Well, the Bible also says the Earth is 4,000 years old. So I mean, that's not really a good argument one way or the other. Something being in the Bible isn't really a good argument for anything one way or the other. So, Chief kicker hit the 53-yard in Athens for Georgia Tech to send 2014 game to overtime. Yeah, I mean, I hate Georgia Tech, but that Harrison Butker is money as far as field goal kicker go. Now that kick yesterday was right down the middle, but if that kick would have been 2 or 3 yards longer, he'd have missed it. But it wasn't, and he made it. Game winner field goal to send his team to the Super Bowl. Where in the Bible does it say the earth is 4,000 years old? Well, there's not a sentence in the Bible that says the earth is 4,000 years old, sir, because the Bible was written 2,000 years ago. So the sentence you would be looking for, if it was in there, would be a sentence that says the earth is 2,000 years old. But if you add up all the time that takes place in the Bible, which is really easy to do from Genesis to the end, you come to the conclusion that as of today, the Earth will be 4,000 years old. Humans were created 4,000 years old. Earth was created 6 million years ago. Well, can you explain the first couple chapters of Genesis where it says on the first day God created the heavens and the earth, and on the next day He created humans? Can you explain that or no? I don't want to get in. Look, y'all can believe whatever you want. I'm not knocking any religion. I'm just saying you can't use the Bible to try to prove things one way or the other. It doesn't matter to me what y'all worship or what y'all believe. Lou, was the science right about the Trump vaccine? I think so. Aren't there a lot less COVID deaths now than there were before? I'm scared of the Trump vaccine. I don't think Trump would have rushed a vaccine through that was secretly intended to kill people. I don't, as much as I don't like Trump, I don't think he would do that. So Trump says take the vaccine. I take him at his word. I don't live my life scared of vaccines. I don't live in fear. A lot of heart attacks. Here we go with the Facebook memes again. A lot of heart attacks. Yeah, and Demir, what's the guy's name for the Bills? Demir Hamlin. He has a body double, right? Facebook meme told me so. It's weird, Joe. Operation Warp Speed, Trump called it. The vaccine is Trump's greatest accomplishment as president. And these Trumpers shit on it all the time. It's weird. If you don't want to take the vaccine, don't take it. I don't take the flu vaccine. Not because I think it's invented by Bill Gates to secretly track me or turn me into a gay frog or whatever it is y'all believe. I don't take the flu vaccine because I don't like it and I don't think I need it. I don't go around making up all kinds of wild conspiracy theories about George Soros and Bill Gates. You people are weird. Trump's vaccine ain't gonna hurt you. Some people were forced to take the vaccine. There isn't a single person in the United States that was forced to take the vaccine. Not a single one. Not a single person in the United States was forced to take the vaccine. How many vaccines have you taken in your lifetime, by the way? 10, 15? What about your kids that go to public school? How many have they taken? Now, if anything happens to your kids, it's because of the vaccines they took. Your kids could get run over by a car. It doesn't matter. It's the vaccine. Take it or lose everything. What kind of choice is that? I don't know what you're talking about. The only thing that scares me is losing Todd Monken. Yeah. I love the comments on that video I did yesterday. Apparently, Todd Monken has nothing to do with our offensive success, according to a lot of the people in that comment section yesterday. It's weird. Yeah, I had to quit. I guess you hate your employer? Is your employer Bill Gates? Your employer must be Bill Gates trying to force you to take the Trump vaccine. You must hate him. I don't know. Yeah, it's like these pussies. It's like these 25, 30, 35-year-old completely healthy individuals claiming they can't breathe with a surgical mask on for 30 minutes while they walk into Walmart. Giant pussies. Oh, breathe. There's mask on. What? I had a knee surgery one time that was 8.5 hours long, and everybody in the room wore surgical masks the entire time. And not a one of them complained about not being able to breathe. Of course, none of them were giant pussies either. Pretty sure. Trump tried to kill me. Trump tried to kill me by rushing through Trump vaccine. But Trump 2024, though. 2024. I'm making another cup of coffee. I'm making another cup of coffee. I'm telling you what, man, this cold or whatever that I have, I don't get sick very often, but when I get sick, it tends to be pretty bad for whatever. The last time I got sick was 2 Christmases ago, but that only lasted like 2 days. Now, I felt worse for those 2 days than I felt this time while I've been sick. I've been sick almost a week now. But the thing is, I feel fine. It's just it's head congestion and chest congestion. It just won't go away. Must be the Trump vaccine. I took the Trump vaccine like 2 years ago. That must be why I have a chest cold now. Lou, when are you launching your 2024 presidential campaign? It's a great idea. I get asked that a lot. And I understand why I get asked that. I mean, it is a really good idea, and I fix a lot of problems in a short period of time. Unfortunately, like I've said before, I just don't have time to run for president. I have time to be president because it doesn't take any time to be president, but I don't have time to run for president. It does take a long time to run for president, and I'm just way too important and much too busy to be setting aside all that valuable time to run for president. So, unfortunately, someone else is going to have to do it in 2024. Yeah, don't forget, as far as that Trump vaccine goes, Trump has the best scientists. You know, Trump has the best scientists that developed that thing because he has the best everything. He has the best scientists. I promise Trump didn't rush through a vaccine in record time, manufacture record amounts of it in record time, distribute it in record time, and give more people the vaccine quicker than any other vaccine ever, just to try to kill you. I promise didn't do that to you. Promise didn't. What's weird is like a lot of these people, too, before the vaccine, when COVID was really bad, said COVID wasn't even real. Remember that? They said it wasn't even real, or if it is real, it's not that bad. It's no different than a common cold. So, like, they weren't scared of the actual COVID at all. But when it comes to the vaccine, it's like they're balled up in a fetal position, hiding in a shadow. Weird. $69mega.com. Watching the stream and find love. Yeah. Somebody click on that link and let me know how it works out. I'd be curious to know. I'd be curious to know. Pfizer man said he had COVID 3 times. As far as I know, I've never had COVID. I've only been tested for COVID once. I mentioned when I got sick last Christmas, I actually went and got tested the day before Christmas Eve. Because if I did have COVID, I wanted to then go on Christmas and be around a lot of elderly people or whatever. So I went and got tested, but I didn't have it. It was just some other type of cold or flu or something. Speaking of heart attacks, though, I'd be curious to know what type of human pretzel y'all put yourselves in when it comes to that diamond and silk lady. Can one of y'all explain that to me? I'd be curious for an explanation from the QAnon people on that. Was it diamond or silk? I don't remember which one. Which one died last week? One of them died last. Which one was it? Diamond Silk Lady? Well, it's two different people. It's one named Diamond and one named Silk. Oh, Brandon said it was Diamond that died. Okay. So how do you explain that, Brandon? The home COVID tests were sold out last Christmas. There had been some kind of spike or something, and they all got bought up right before Christmas. So I couldn't buy an at-home test. I had to go to the doctor. So just saying, not sure what happened there because she didn't believe in it. She didn't take the vaccine, but she died suddenly. Um, can anyone explain that? Are you telling me sometimes people die suddenly from heart issues and it doesn't have anything to do with the vaccine? Is that what you're telling me? Wait a minute. Are you sure? I thought it was vaccine that killed people, not COVID. The home COVID tests are free, provided by the government. Yeah, but if you don't have one, you can't take one. You can't take something you don't have. Too high of cholesterol, wasn't watching YouTube regularly. Yeah, COVID can cause heart issues if you get COVID. Yeah, but vaccine cause instant death though. Hey, what's up, sir, UGA? Remember when Trump had to take an emergency medevac helicopter flight 2 blocks from the White House to the hospital because he had COVID? Then he had to lay in the hospital for 4 days. Right at the peak of the time when people were saying COVID didn't exist and it was nothing but a common cold. That was funny. People tell me if I do the COVID because it's actually giving me the COVID. I stick the thing in my nose. That's the COVID test probably invented by Bill Gates and George Soros. Yeah, spray your lungs with sunlight and bleach because scientists don't know what they're talking about. Horse tranquilizers. Yeah, I don't blame Trump for going to the hospital though when he had COVID, because most people who do die of COVID have some type of comorbidity, usually obesity, and Trump's a fat fuck. So going to the when he got COVID, going to the hospital was a good idea. Did y'all hear about that golf tournament Trump won a couple of days ago or last week at one of his golf clubs? Did y'all hear about that? Trump hit a hole in one, he even said so. Well, what happened is, so I think it's just a 2-day tournament. It was like the senior championship, one of the golf clubs that he owns. Well, the first day of the tournament was Diamond's funeral from Diamond and Silk. So Trump had to miss the first day of the tournament because he went to the funeral. He spoke at the funeral. So he showed up at his own golf club that he owns in his own senior championship club golf tournament. The second day of the tournament, which was the last day. He didn't play in the first day. He showed up on the second day and told the people that run the event, just give me a -7 for the first day because that's normally what I shoot out here. And then he went out and played the second day and won the golf tournament by like one shot after not even have played the first day. He just told the people, just give me a 7 under. And then he went on Sochi and bragged about winning the tournament. That's like one of the Trump things ever. So speaking of COVID, what's going on with our boy Staquavius? Um, is anybody concerned about him? I'm obviously in no position to judge him, and I'm not gonna. Um, but he might have a problem, and that's not. I'm not judging him by saying that. Hell, I have a problem. Shit. I mean, so sometimes it's easier to see the signs when you've been. But he's had several instances, public instances over the last year that where alcohol has negatively affected him. You remember the Good Morning America interview after the first national title game? And next year after the national title game, he was a no-show at the press conference first thing in the morning. And nobody would say why he wasn't there or what happened or whatever. And now this thing in Texas. Oh, I don't know. I mean, for a guy who, let's be real, I think even most of the like diehard Stetson Bennett fanboys would have to admit that even under perfect circumstances, he's kind of a borderline NFL type of guy. You know, like I know a lot of people who, you know, have just worshipped Stetson Bennett for 2 years now that have said, well, I think he can, you know, get into the NFL and maybe make a roster and be a, you know, like a career back type of deal. Things like this going on is not what teams want from their backup quarterback. Two national championships, Stetson diplomatic immunity. Yeah, I don't think this is going to change how Georgia football fans look at Stetson Bennett. Like, you know, 10 years down the road, when you look back at this time period of PGA, I don't think the first thing people are going to say was, yeah, but remember when Stetson got arrested 3 weeks after the national title game? I don't think that's going to be an issue in terms of how Stetson's remembered at UGA. But in his life moving forward, it could be an issue. I don't know. I don't know a problem or not. I have no idea. I do know it's not, you know, it's not necessarily normal to be stumbling around somewhere at 6 in the morning, drunk, banging on strangers' doors. As far as like his legal charges, they're really no big deal. I mean, drunk in public is not much different than a speeding ticket, honestly. Like legally, he'll be fine. I mean, he's going to pay a fine and that's it. I mean, it's not definitely not the end of the world legally for him. You know, disorderly conduct, drunk in public, like one step up from a speeding ticket. You know, that part's not a big deal. Visor has clearly got addiction issues. I don't know if he does or not. I can tell you as someone who does, it's hard to accept that until really bad things happen to you. And no one really invents someone else that they have a problem. You have to come to that conclusion on your own. And even then, it's no guarantee that everything will be all right or everything will be fine. But you definitely have to come to the understanding and realization on your own that you've got an issue. It can't be other people telling you, is that's just not going to, you know, that doesn't work. And usually the only way people come to that conclusion on their own is when something or a series of something's really bad happens. And again, I'm not saying Stetson has a problem. I don't know. I don't know Stetson. I don't know. For all I know, he got no problem at all. It was, you know, just one of those things. He had a little too much to drink, stumbling around, and They threw him in a drunk tank for a couple hours, and that'll be the end of that. And I hope that's what it is. But there has been two or three issues. There's been two or three things with Stetson Bennett, negative things with Stetson Bennett last year that are alcohol related. The Good Morning America interview, missing the interview the morning after this year's national title game, not even being able to show up for it, and now the arrest in Texas. And look, all the issues I ever had with Stetson Bennett has been football issues. I'm not about to get on here and badmouth him for that other stuff. If he does have a problem, I hope he gets it under control and gets help the same way I hope anybody would. Same hope I do. Why is it hot in here? Are y'all doing a lunch show tonight? Yeah, it might be on Peach, though. I got to talk to Pete. It might be on Pete's channel. It's either going to be on Pete's channel. If I do it, it's going to be like I'm doing it. Sorry. Sorry about that. It's either going to be on Pete's channel or it's going to be like I'm doing it now, just with StreamYard. I've been telling Lou he doesn't have a real job for months, and he still doesn't believe me. Georgia cops would have taken Stetson home. I think that's fake news. Athens police and UGA police seem like they love arresting UGA players. JC says, I need my Slav Olympic odds. Yeah, we need to start on that tonight, I guess. We need to start on that tonight. We need to start finalizing the list of events, too. I mean, some we know because we do them every year. The 40 dash, rockers, push-ups. But we need to finalize the list of 10 events so people know how to train. New concept for the morning show. No, I'm out of town. So rather than canceling the show, I'm just doing it this way. I hate doing it this way, but I hate doing it this way less than I hate just not doing it at all. I'm out of town and I'm sick. Yeah, EJ, man. Yeah, since Friday. I'm coming back Wednesday. Lou is a traveler these days. Look, look. I know I don't have a real job, but I'm serious. I can hardly leave the house from August to December. So during the season. So like January, February, March tends to be when I take the majority of my vacations. Not even the summertime. Maybe I'll go somewhere for a weekend or something in the summer, but January, February, March tends to be when I sort of, if I'm going to take any me time, it's usually in January, February, or March. It was a winning trip until yesterday was my first losing day. So I'll be here Friday, which was Sunday. So Friday and Saturday were winning days. Yesterday was loser. I lost money yesterday. I lost money yesterday. Pete said he was wearing 7 layers of Agent Force when he fell and broke his ribs. Did he fall on his pistol? No, it just fell on the ground. Did you bet big on Philadelphia? I had a 2-team parlay with Philadelphia covering and Cincinnati winning outright. So would have won $420, but Cincinnati let me down at the end. No, only 100. I bet $100 on that 2-team play. It would have paid. Well, it would have paid $320. I would have got $420 back. And Cincinnati cost me, but I only lost $100 on that. Most of the money I lost yesterday was on blackjack. I played around a blackjack yesterday around lunchtime where I swear to God, I could not hit a hand. There were 2 hands. It was bad, and I kept saying I need to get up and walk away. But you know how it is. I'll play one more hand. What did for me, and I did, I snatched my chips off the table and stomped away. I think it's the first I've ever done that. But I was losing every damn hand. Every hand I was getting was a 12, a 13, a 14, a 12, a 15, a 12. I was getting mad. Then I got dealt a 20, 2 face cards, a 20. The dealer had a 5, which is a bus card. He draws 6 cards to a 21. 6 cards to a 21 to beat my 20. That in the very next hand, same thing. I had 2 face cards again, 20. Dealer had a 5 again. That time he drew 5 cards to a 21. Before he even picked the cards up off the table, I snatched the chips up I had in front of me and walked off. Boy, I was mad. Vic's picks let me down. I guess he's not a savant. Yeah, who did Vic have? I don't remember who Vic had. I had Philadelphia to cover. They did. And then I had Cincinnati, who was actually an underdog, winning outright. And they probably should have won, but they blew it at the end. He drew 6 cards to 21 the first time, and the very next hand he drew 5 cards to 21. That's it. This table's cursed. Table's cursed. Yeah, I got a room. Since he never led the game, but they should have won. Yeah, they should have won at the end. Chief fan, whatever you say doesn't count. Since he had every chance to win that game at the end, and they blew it. The interception and the penalty, they just handed the game to Chiefs. I was busy over the weekend, and yesterday during the football games, it was a zoo. I mean, it was wild, but it won't be that busy today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. It's usually pretty slow up here first part of the week. Thursday through Sunday are the busy days. It's a lot slower on like Monday and Tuesday. Like Friday and Saturday, you can't even eat at like Roost Chris or the Burrito, any of those places, unless you made a reservation like a week or 2 ahead of time. That you can just show up and walk in and eat. You don't even need a reservation. Yeah, I don't know how else to explain it to you, Brandon. I mean, When a game is tied and a team has the ball with an opportunity to win and they throw an interception, yes, that means they probably should have won the game. Then when the game is tied and the game should be going to overtime and someone commits a personal foul with 6 seconds to go in the game or whatever it was that put the other team in field goal range and then they kick the field goal and win, yes, that means the other team had opportunities to win. I don't really know any other way to explain it to you without drawing pictures, and I can't do that over StreamYard. It was a hell of a game, though. Kelsey and Hurst, less than 113 yards and they got 115. Damn. That's a brutal beat there. That's a brutal beat there. The fishing sucked yesterday, just in case anyone cares. Well, I hate that for you, but no, generally speaking, I don't care about fishing. They trout fish up here right in the creek. You know that water's freezing too. Or what's it called? Fly fishing? They walk right out in the middle of this creek with little waders on and toss their string back and forth. Always catch too. I haven't seen them out there the last couple of days though. I hadn't seen them out there the last couple of days. You work at a fish hatchery? What even is that? Is that literally like a factory that just breeds fish? Is that what that is? We breed and restock lakes with game fish. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yeah, that sounds really interesting. Yeah. Minus 21 degrees? No. I can't deal with that. It was cold and rainy yesterday. It was like 40 degrees and drizzling all day. That's misery. I don't think it's supposed to rain today, and it's supposed to be. Mid to upper 60s. Yeah, it seems to me if you can't catch fish in a stocked pond, you really ain't got business fishing. Again, I'm no fishing expert, but if you can't catch fish in a stocked pond, you might need to just give it up, seems like to me. Hatchery tech for 21 years. Bam. The only thing I've ever done for 21 years straight is be alive. That's it. John 3:16. Oh, I was standing in line to get some coffee the other day at was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday at Starbucks. And the person behind me in line goes, Uncle Lou? I turned around. He was like, that is you. He's like, I thought that was you. I almost didn't say anything. He goes, hey, can I get a picture with you? I said, yeah, that's fine. He goes, my brother hates you. He's a big Tennessee fan, and he's always saying how dumb you are and that you're just obsessed with Tennessee and don't know anything about football. I can't wait to show him this picture. Uh, I'd like to see his face when he sees that picture. Yeah, it's Uncle Lou here. I took it as a compliment. Yeah, I definitely took it as a compliment. Damn, long time. Has he issued any type of statement or anything, Stetson Bennett? I didn't even know anything about it until I did the video yesterday about Todd Munkin, and then like an hour later, I was scrolling through the comments, and every other comment was about Stetson Bennett getting arrested, and I was like, "What?" So I had to look it up. I hadn't even heard anything about it until I did the video. No, I asked them what their name was, and they told me it was some government name. It wasn't a name I know from the comment section. Hey, what's up, Elijah? TCU loving college guy. Well, he probably wouldn't. He probably wouldn't have had any problem if he wouldn't have been banging on people's doors. Is my guess. Yeah, I don't even know what he was doing. I don't know why he was. I don't even know what he was in Texas for. I have no idea. I don't even know why he was out there. I have no idea. Does anybody know what he was? Why he was out there? Training? Oh, training for the draft. Okay. Is there a new event at the NFL I'm in called Knock and Run that I don't know about? Must be. It's that new Knock and Run event they got at the combine. What are you going to do? There's nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do. Doesn't look good. Declines his invite to the Senior Bowl to train and then gets arrested not long later. Well, yeah. Honestly, I think the reason he didn't do the Senior Bowl is because he knows he probably wouldn't play that much. I mean, he's probably like the worst. He'd probably be like the worst quarterback at the Senior Bowl. I don't know who all's there. But yeah, I don't know. Hey, what's up, Joseph? Yeah, you had to take your boat to the mailbox. Yeah, it rained here yesterday. It's not supposed to rain here today. It's supposed to be cloudy, but no rain today. But it's supposed to be a lot warmer today, almost 60 degrees. But like even now, there ain't the sun ain't out. It's all cloudy. It's all cloudy in there. Yeah, we deserve we deserve to have good weather for Slob Olympics after the hand we were dealt the first 2 years. Cold and windy in Atlanta, and just absolute misery in Pigeon Forge last year with the snow and 20-degree weather. We deserve good weather this go around, for sure. So fingers crossed on that. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. Cut the show early today. Trying to get over this cold, but I didn't want to just not show at all. So did the best I could given the circumstances. But hope this week gets off to a good start. Hope y'all enjoyed the weekend. Stay safe. Lunch Money show tonight. I'm gonna call Pete this afternoon and see if he wants to do it on his channel. I'll still be on, but do it on his channel. If not, I'll have to do it the same way I'm doing this, just through StreamYard, just add Pete that way. But either way, there will be a Lunch Money show tonight, but it may be on Pete's channel tonight. And we need to finalize the list of events. I think needs to be the priority. And then if we finish that, then we can move on to the odds. It's hard to do odds on who's going to win when we don't know the events. So I think we need to get the events figured out, and then we can move on to the odds. So that'll be the plan tonight for the Lunch Money show, 10 p.m. Make sure y'all in. Valuable information to be handed out on tonight's Lunch Money show, I'm sure. So I appreciate y'all tuning in, and I'll talk to you again soon. Have a good morning.